What is going on, everybody? My name is Alex Freeberg, and today we are back with another watch review. I just did a watch unboxing video to this watch a few weeks back, and I've been wearing this watch on and off about every other day for the better part of those past 2 weeks. So I have a pretty good feel for the good and bad of this watch. So hopefully that will inform you before you make a purchase decision, such as what I did, and that, when you're going to purchase it, you know exactly what you're going to get. So let's get into it. Let's look at some of the dimensions, and then we'll go through some of the specs of the watch, and I'll tell you my overall thoughts and feelings about this watch, and we'll see if it's for you. So the first thing you're going to notice is this watch is really typical dive style dimensions for this style of watch, at least. So 40 millimeters in diameter, has 20 millimeters lug width, 47 millimeters lug to lug, and then a thickness of about 13 and then 14 with the Cyclops. So the first thing you're going to notice is that there is a GMT function right up here, as it says on the dial, and also you'll notice that this bezel is ceramic. So already has a GMT function and it has ceramic bezel. It is punching well above its weight class. Let me just take a real quick second to say I bought this off eBay for right about $80. So just have that in mind, $80. I'm sure if you came to this video, you already knew that. I just want to preface it so everything you're seeing, you can see it through the lens of an $80 watch. So GMT function, it has the ceramic bezel. This bezel looks amazing. I'm going to post some pictures in this, one picture in the description, so two, one picture just of this on my wrist, one picture of the Lume, so that you can see those. It is a very, very good looking watch, obviously. I think we all know what this watch is based off of, and it is beautiful. And so visually speaking, it is a very, very nice watch to have on your wrist, and it looks very nice. I love the black and blue. Black and blue really do stand out. They look very, very nice. You may not be able to tell that off the video, but in person, I promise you, it is very stunning. This is a unidirectional bezel. Now, if you've seen one of my earlier reviews on the Parnis Submariner, you will notice that I did not like how the bezel played on that watch. This one plays much nicer. It does not. It has a little bit of back play, but it's not nitty. It's not gritty. It has a really smooth feel to it. So that is the face, at least. So let's get to the movement. The movement is a DG3804. From everything that I can tell online, it is supposed to be a reliable movement, but is very cheaply made. I'm talking like $3-4 to make, so extremely, extremely cheap, the movement that they put in here. But it does have a very real working GMT function, which I'll display. I'll show you in just a little bit. And it's just low quality. So the router's loud. There are some noises that come along with it, and I'm going to hopefully show that to you, see if you can hear it. Well, let's go through some of the functions of it first, and then I'll try to show that for you. So it does have a screw and crown, and when it initially pops out of that, you can hand wind it. Let's get that close up, see if you can hear that. The first position has two purposes. If you go up, it does the date, so let's try that first. Now, if you go down, it's supposed to do the GMT function, but I have found that it's very spotty, so let's see if it does it. It is not doing it right now. Let's try it doing a few more rotations. It is very spotty. It's only worked a few times for me. So, I wouldn't, if you're going to use this for an actual GMT function, I would not put your money in too much on that. And then the last position does the entire hour, minute, second, and it is hacking. So, and let me try to screw it back down. I've had issues with screwing this in lately, simply because it gets stuck or something like that. But okay, there we go. Look at that, and it's back. So you're getting a GMT function, you're getting an automatic movement, but there are some drawbacks. I'm going to shake this real quick and see if I can get it to make the sound that it makes all the time. So let me try it real quick. As you can hear, it is just going and going and going. That rotor is still running. And just listen to that for a second. I'm going to do it a few more times, see if you can hear it. It is a very odd, almost clicking noise. I don't know how to describe it exactly. But if you heard it, you heard it. This is an $80 watch. There are going to be some trade-offs with the quality versus, the longevity and the wearability of it. So it looks amazing, but it also has kind of a weird sound when you wear it. I don't think I ever had anyone notice when I've actually been wearing it, but I notice when I, intentionally move it back and forth on my wrist, and I notice it. So, take that into consideration. The next thing we're going to look at is the bracelet. This is the exact same bracelet that is on just about every Parnis watch. And if you already have one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is a very, very beautiful brushed oyster style bracelet, but, solid links, solid end links, screw in pins, which let me tell you something. These screw in pins were near impossible to get out. It took me like 2 hours. I used every trick in the book to get these out. And I finally got it out. So if you do not have the correct tools for this, you may not be able to get them out. You may have to send it back. Genuinely extremely tough. So where I was going with this is you get this clasp. If you've ever had this clasp, it's just not the best. It is signed, but if you look right here, when you have it on, it makes this triangle shape, and it just does not look good on the wrist, in my opinion. But it is this kind of deployant style. It is milled clasp, so it looks like it's high quality. It's just not well, and I don't know how to say it. It's not well designed. So let me put it on my wrist real quick. Watch how I have to put this on real quick. It is tight. You'll know what I mean once I explain it to you in just a second. Okay, right there. So look at that. That's beautiful. Look at that. Looks amazing. And as you turn it, you're going to notice that gap right there. So right there is the exact gap that I'm talking about. For some people, it's not going to bother them. It used to really bother me. Used to. I've gotten kind of used to it. It doesn't really bother me that much anymore. I don't really notice it. But I mean, you can see it. You know what I'm talking about. Especially if you've had this watch, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just not. How to get that hair off? It's not exactly what you want. But again, trade-offs. So let me talk about this right here. I'm going to take it off and I'm going to kind of explain a little further. But when you have this closed, it's nice. But when you open it, watch right here. This right here, this piece, that's as far as that goes. It doesn't go up any further. It gets stuck. And so it makes it extremely hard to get it over your wrist. And so if you have kind of a bulky hand compared to your wrist size, you may not even be able to get this on. There have been times where, I've gotten out of the shower and my skin is a little, it catches on the metal easily, and I could not get it on. I had to wear a different watch. And so if if your skin is dry, it goes on pretty easily, but it is very, very tough. It is a tight, snug fit. So be aware of that. As I said, it's signed right there. It also signed on the crown right here. So with a P for Parnis. It is a nice little touch. So what are my final thoughts on this watch? I think this is an incredible value for money. Let me tell you something. I did not know how much I was going to love this black and blue, this Batman style watch. I love it. Love how it looks. I love how it feels. It is a very, very nice watch that goes with so many things. I wear it to work, where I have to wear kind of business casual, a little bit even nicer than that, to where I wear it with jeans and a t-shirt. It's so versatile. And I genuinely love this watch. I would recommend it for a few people, and I would not recommend it for a few other people. Who is this watch for? Somebody who loves the style of the Rolex GMT, but can't afford it, and is okay with the trade-offs that I've mentioned in the video so far, which is the movement is loud, it's noisy, not all the time, but you will hear it and you will notice it. And the clasp. If you're okay with that clasp, let me tell you something. If you're okay with those two things, buy this right now because you will love this watch so much. I genuinely love this watch. So, if those things don't bother you, buy it. This also may be for you if you're just on a tight budget. You know you're never going to be able to afford those higher end pieces. You just want something that looks really nice. Something to maybe test out when you do have money later on. Maybe you're in college and this is the Rolex GMT is your grail watch, but you can't afford it right now. But you know that later on in your life you are going to make it a goal to buy that watch. Buy this one, test it out, try it out. If you like it, you like it, and if you don't, send it back. This normally does come with a Jubilee. I see a lot of people wearing on the Jubilee. I didn't do the Jubilee just because I don't like the Jubilee bracelet, but often people will get it with the Jubilee. So, maybe try that one out. Overall, my final thoughts are get this watch if everything I've said seems okay to you. If you are okay with those trade-offs, just buy it. Man, this is a fantastic watch. Parnis does an incredible job for creating value for money that you really don't get in a lot of other brands. So, I say go for it, try it out. If you like it, that's fantastic. And if you don't, you can send it back. This is the world we live in where you can send things back if you don't like it. So just try it out. I will have links for other Parnis videos that I've done in the past, so go ahead and watch those if you like. If you haven't already, subscribe. I have a growing subscription base. I have a growing video base because I am constantly creating videos. I am releasing a video about once a week now. So, if you're wanting constant videos on these homages and other watches or watch-related topics, I am doing that. So subscribe, give me a like, give me a comment. Let me know if you have this watch or if you want this watch or if you like this watch. If there's anything that I did not cover, give me a comment and I will answer it. I think I know this watch pretty well by now. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You guys have a great day and take it easy. Goodbye.